I got home early from work that evening with a simple plan. Surprise my wife with dinner and spend a quiet night together. I wasn't expecting anything strange. As I reached the front door, I heard muffled laughter coming from the living room. Not the kind that comes from a TV show, but something softer and more intimate. I paused, curious, and eased into the room. Everything stopped for me in that moment. There she was, my wife of 6 years, settled on her boss's lap. Their faces were too close, whispering words meant to be private. For a few seconds, I just stood there, stunned, unable to make sense of what I was seeing. The woman I'd trusted with everything was betraying me in our own home. When she finally saw me, the color drained from her face. She scrambled off his lap and started offering excuses that sounded hollow even to her. The man, bold, unapologetic, merely smirked as if my presence was irrelevant. That smirk did something to me. I didn't yell. I didn't smash anything. Instead, I smiled, slow and controlled, and that smile seemed to terrify her more than any outburst would have. "Don't worry," I said, voice steady. "I won't stop this. Carry on." She looked at me, confused and scared, while he laughed, assuming I was weak. They didn't realize a plan was already forming in my head. One that would wound deeper than a fit of rage ever could. Without another word, I pulled out my phone and started recording. She begged me to stop, tears already forming, but I kept recording. I captured the awkward quiet, the guilt on her face, and his arrogant grin. When I'd taken enough footage, I left the house. She chased after me crying, but I didn't look back. That was the moment my revenge began. The very next day, I walked into the company and went straight to board directors. It turned out he was married and had a reputation to lose. I handed over the video and explained exactly what had happened. By week's end, he was gone. Fired, disgraced, his wife filing for divorce. That smug expression on his face was gone for good. My wife tried everything to patch things up. She apologized, pleaded, and promised to cut off all contact with him. Tears and promises don't erase betrayal. I filed for divorce, and because I had the recording, the court was firmly on my side. I kept the house, the savings, and, most important, my dignity. She left with almost nothing and the heavy weight of what she'd done. People ask if I regret the way I handled it. Honestly, I don't. My aim wasn't to shout or use violence. It was to reveal the truth. She thought she could humiliate me in secret, but her secrecy ended up destroying her world instead. Every time she begged me to change my mind, the same image flashed in my head. How casually she chose another man's lap over my trust. In the weeks after, an odd kind of freedom crept in. The pain of betrayal was real, but it sat alongside relief. I no longer had to pretend that our love was something it wasn't. Friends and family rallied around me, respecting how I carried myself through it. Even people who had doubted me saw that I acted with clarity and strength. After the divorce, she reached out, sending long messages full of regret. By then, I'd already started moving on. I wasn't going to be anyone's second choice, certainly not hers. She had gambled with my heart and lost. I wasn't handing it back. Her boss's fall became the town's gossip, a cautionary tale about how pride and bad choices can take everything down fast. My wife, once admired for our picture-perfect marriage, was now viewed through a different lens. She had to live with the knowledge that she'd written her own downfall. To me, that consequence was punishment enough. Looking back, I believe silence and strategy can hurt more sharply than anger. I didn't need to scream or fight to get justice. I simply let the truth speak for itself. When it did, their secret burned away. In the end, I walked away with peace, strength, and self-respect. She walked away with regret, loneliness, and decisions she couldn't undo. That was my revenge, showing her, without spectacle, that I didn't need her and that my life would only get better.